Hey guys, That Nerd Chick here, welcome back to my channel, and for today's episode we're going to be doing a quick, sorta quick, review on yet another Square Enix game, and it is Final Fantasy 15. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the Final Fantasy franchise, I'm sorry, but you've been living under a rock. The first Final Fantasy game came out in December of 1987. Yeah, 30 years ago, guys. 10 years before I even existed. So, if you haven't heard about this game series, I am very sorry, but there's no excuse at this point. Come on, guys.
Unbelievable.
For this game, you play as Prince Noctis. He's the one on the far left of this screen, and his three closest friends and guards: Ignis, the one who is driving, Prompto, the one on the far right, and Gladios, the one who is in the back pushing the car.
You rather I kill you with mine?
Easy there, tough guy.
Any luck? Only a busy signal.
Hold the phone. Is it just me? Or was it
And of course, no RPG would be done without the classic character trope of everyone being a specific emotional type. So you've got the smart one, who's Ignis, the goofy one, who's Prompto, the bronze, who obviously is Gladios, and then the more laid-back, nonchalant, I want to be lazy, Prince Noctis.
Tell that to my legs.
And the vehicle these guys are pushing is the Regalia. I feel the need to mention this now because it's going to play an important part of this game, at least in my opinion. We'll talk more about that later, though. But before we go any further, if you haven't already joined the notification squad and become a nerd bird yourself, please hit that subscribe button so you can get notifications whenever I upload new content or go live right here on YouTube. With that being said, let's move on with the rest of this review. Alright guys, so for this review, I'm going to start out with what I really did not like, and that is right here. Sir Ignis, whenever you get a new ingredient that worked for a new recipe, he had to tell you about it, and this could happen right after a boss fight. Talk about anticlimactic, and it doesn't change. Same line every time. Got super annoying real fast. And for what? To make me some burnt toast? Toast? What are you talking about? Yeah, guys, I said burnt toast because he makes some toast that really actually looks burnt in my opinion. Look at it. Just look at that poor thing. Just look at the poor thing. And yeah, this is Ignis's skill. Skills are apparently super duper important in this game, but I really don't agree. I feel like they're a waste of time and super pointless. There are alternative ways for games to go about including character skills that aren't as ridiculous as cooking if you're Ignis, survival if you are Gladios, and photography if you're Prompto. Like, thanks Prompto, I really need you to stop mid-boss fight and take some photos of us because I want to look cool. I really don't understand the point of the cooking skill. I don't understand the photos. If I wanted a photo, I could actually stop mid-game myself and screenshot the game if I really felt like I wanted to save this one part. But the game does this automatically, and so I have no choice. And then, you know, Prince Nox, he likes to fish. I don't see a point to this skill either. Oh wait, Ignis needs fish for recipes, but if Ignis doesn't have a cooking skill, Prince Nox doesn't need a fishing skill. Oh my goodness, there's no point to this skill system whatsoever, in my opinion. Remember how I mentioned that the Regalia was really important, at least to this review? Well, that's because you spend so much time in the Regalia, and you can't do anything when you're driving around. You literally just sit there listening to music, listening to them have small talk, and I honestly see almost no point to this. I understand open world, open environment style gaming, and so then you need to be able to travel from place to place, but the amount of time that I spent in this vehicle was ridiculous. I felt like there could have been a better alternative, and I felt as though the fast travel option that they do allow you to have should have been easier to use, because you can't use it to every place on the map, only specific ones, and that just made it so annoying. I honestly hated driving around in this game, and I feel like there could have been a faster alternative, but Square Enix did not explore that. Seriously though, hallelujah for the few times I got to use fast travel. I really did not like the semi-open world driving that you got to do in this game. I felt like you could have just saved all of the open world movement for when you're just on foot with Prince Noctis and the rest of the group. And guess what? As far as open world on foot traffic goes, there's even a point in the game where you have no other option but to move by foot because you lose the Regalia. However, you can call in a handy dandy chocobo, which I did a lot because that was a lot faster than walking on foot, And you could go off-road and get to place much faster, and still was way more enjoyable than being in the Regalia. The other aspect of this game that kind of annoyed me was the fact that it didn't put as much emphasis on how important side quests, guys, were to being able to complete this game, because in order to upgrade your mainstay weapons, you actually had to go complete certain quests so that your weapons would be upgraded by the person who you were working with. And I did not realize that until I was in Chapter 4 of the game. And I really had wished I had learned about it sooner, but the game didn't really make it very clear. Like, come on guys, they're side quests for a reason. They should be optional, not pretty much mandatory. Now, before you say it, because I know you're thinking it, they're side quests. You don't have to do them. You really do, because they offer large amounts of XP that you're going to need in order to get up to the next level faster than just going into the forest and killing a bunch of animals. This game really failed to stress how important leveling up your characters was and how much extra time you're going to have to spend leveling up your characters outside of just completing the storyline without any extra fighting or completing extra quests on the side, because if your characters don't have a level matching or going above the level that's listed next to the story quest, then you're going to spend a lot of time dying, just like I did, over and over and over again for hours. Now, in order to die, you have to first get into a fight. And fighting in this game, honestly, I think is really good. The character mechanics are very smooth. The way that your 4 party members work together is amazing. Each of them has specific skills and can team up with Noctis in various ways and can heal him, call back the team. It's unbelievable how well the combat systems worked out in this game, because it is gone away from how the Final Fantasy games are typically structured with the turn-based combat, which I actually never really enjoyed. But in this game, with just the freeform fighting, it was fantastic. On top of the amazing combat system that this game gives you, it also gives you fantastic, gorgeous cinematic sequences to add to the storyline. The gameplay animation is already fantastic and open world animation is gorgeous, but the game's cinematic sequences are just so amazing, it's unbelievable. Now, the storyline itself doesn't feel like it leaves a lot to be desired. It's very well rounded and complete, but I do feel like it takes a little bit of time for it to really start to flesh out and build and pull you in. Granted, the opening cinematic sequence, which I did not share with you guys to avoid spoilers, is really gorgeous, and it kind of makes you go, huh, I wonder what's going on. It quickly throws you back into the, I guess, real time of what's going on with the characters and gives you a slow developing storyline with a slow climax. And so you're a little bit lost for the first couple of chapters, not understanding the driving force of what's happening within the game itself. In total, there's roughly 35 to 40 hours of storyline if you're going to go into this game just doing the bare minimum to get from the start of the game to the end and understanding everything that's going on. The storyline is very well built, it's in depth, the character development is pretty darn good in my opinion, because you watch Noctis grow up through everything, and it's definitely worth a playthrough at least once. If we are looking at this game's storyline alone, I feel like there actually is only about 25 hours of storyline campaign content. The rest is all filler as you try to level up, get enough XP, complete important side quests to get to the end of the game that really aren't necessary, but they're still fun to do, and so I'm not mad that they're included within the game itself. Now, if you're going to go into this game and want to complete all the quests, be prepared to spend about 100 to 200 hours trying to beat the game instead of 40 hours, which in a total is a lot of game time just in general. 40 hours is a really long game, and though a lot of it was spent doing fillers, I felt like, it still is worth playing through. Despite some of the annoying aspects and pitfalls of this game, it does have such a fantastic storyline, it is worth playing through. So if you have the chance, I definitely suggest picking up Final Fantasy 15 and giving it a go.
We have no choice, Noct. I know.
And with that storyline cliffhanger, that brings us to the end of our Final Fantasy 15 review. If you liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up. For those of you that have played Final Fantasy, what'd you think of it? Tell me in the comments, or feel free to tell me a game you'd like to see me review. And as always, don't forget to subscribe.